Welcome to November, intrepid viewers. I'm Topical, and this is Michael Robert Holmes.
Feeling all right there, Michael?
Look, it's been a big week. Why don't we just talk about tabletop gaming and nothing else?
Yes, please. 1,000,000 times yes.
Thanks, Blythe.
So, to say that Critical Role has changed the gaming industry is an understatement, on par with saying that Star Wars was a science fiction movie that only a few people liked. We probably wouldn't be here without them, but on top of being nice folks who actually care about their fans, they continue to up their content game. No pun intended.
I wrote that. Pun totally intended.
Anyway, the group announced last week that they are at long last starting their own gaming company. With the legendary Ivan Van Norman and Matthew Mercer behind the wheel, Darrington Press is set to take 2021 by storm, with a slew of new games like Octoa, Critical Role Adventures, Syndicate, and Guardians of Matrimonia. Covering a wide variety of storytelling opportunities and styles of play, it's an impressive initial slate to say the least. The GWNP crew take off their caps to the team at CR and wish them all the best. Kick 2021 in the pants, y'all.
We haven't talked about Free League in probably at least an episode or two, so now we've got 3 new releases to make up the difference. To start with, their flagship Aliens RPG is now officially available on Virtual Tabletop's Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds. At Roll20, you can find a virtual tabletop version of the Alien RPG starter set, including all the rules you need to play, and the full-length scenario Chariot of the Gods. On the platform, you can also find the scenario Destroyer of Worlds, a sequel to Chariot of the Gods requiring only the starter rules to play. On Fantasy Grounds, you can find the Alien RPG Core rulebook, a full conversion to hardcover book at massive 392 pages, as well as the Chariot of the Gods and Destroyer of the Worlds scenarios. All modules are fully integrated with the VTT platforms, with online maps and diagrams, player handouts ready to share, online character sheets, customized virtual dice rollers, and more! Also, the company has released new source books for both their Morkborg and Vaesen titles, which bring new adventures and monsters to the 2 revolutionary game lines. If you're a fan of either, pick them up. And if you're not a fan, well, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, so, carry on.
Chaosium has appointed community ambassadors for its Miskatonic Repository and Johnstown Compendium community content programs on DriveThruRPG. The Miskatonic Repository is Chaosium's platform on DriveThruRPG for independent creators of gaming material for the Call of Cthulhu tabletop role-playing game, which was launched in December 2018. The Johnstown Compendium, established in December 2019, fulfills the same function for RuneQuest and the world of Glorantha. The success of these fan-driven programs is evidenced by their thriving communities of creators and rapidly growing number of titles available, with more added every week. On Chaosium's behalf, they will act as a first point of call and helpful soundboard for prospective Miskatonic Repository and Johnstown Compendium content creators alike. They can provide advice with various aspects of creating and publishing a community content work, including ideas generation, IP issues, writing, editing, art direction, layout, publication, and preparing a title for on-print demand. They can also direct queries to the appropriate person at Chaosium for DriveThruRPG if needed. It's a great thing that the company with such a pedigree wants to maintain a consistent voice while still providing fans the opportunity to contribute to that voice.
After a successful Kickstarter, the universal system Byte is ready for release. With a novel world-building mechanic that allows gamers to combine certain elements in a multitude of ways to craft their own unique game settings. With a mix of 10 technology levels and 20 thematic modules, there's something for literally everyone. The core book itself is $25 for a PDF on DriveThruRPG, where you can also pick up the beta quick start for free as well. The micro setting No Coin for Charon, a zombie apocalypse hex crawl, comes with rules, and 6 other settings are in development thanks to the Kickstarter. In the works is the swashbuckling Ashes of Heaven, the Mad Max-style Irakis Dying World, occult sci-fi The City and the Numina, a sequel to audio tapes from the End Times, the dark space opera Ghosts of Tekelti, and the supernatural Blades of the Dead Empress. If you are a fan of generic universal systems, might be worth checking out.
And speaking of Kickstarters, this week we wanted to draw your attention to an exciting one for Gaming Aid, the creators simply called TTRPG Tweaks. Designed by a duo of French-Canadian college students, this deck of cards introduces new story elements to games for a refreshing change of pace. The idea in and of itself isn't revolutionary, but the design and content of the cards is pretty cool and can be used for absolutely any game. They are, as of this writing, about a third of the way from their goal and about a week and a half to go, so if you like what you see at the link provided, why not pitch into the game?
And how about a bundle of holding to wrap things up? Goodman Games' Dungeon Crawl Classics and a ton of ancillary material can be yours for a minimum donation of $8. Seriously, I'm a big fan of Humble Bundle to begin with, but this is an insane amount of content for the price point. And of course, more donation means more product, so I literally cannot recommend this highly enough. Oh, also, proceeds go to support the American Red Cross, which can always use any help you're willing to give it. So, get goodies, do good. What could be better than that? Nothing.
No Warhammer this week?
Oh, yeah, and there's a new Warhammer adventure. Fateful Night comes to Age of Sigmar Soulbound just in time for Halloween. We got to it a little late. Things happen. But hey, Warhammer Horror One-Shot. If that's your particular cup of tea, check it out.
Excellent. Thank you all for tuning in this week, and we would love it if you would like, subscribe, and tell your friends and family about us. If there is something you would like to see on the show, then how about you let us know?
And check us out on the social media channels we all know and love. GWNP_pod on Instagram and Twitter, Games We Never Play on Facebook, and we even have a Patreon.
I've been your host, Blythe Kala. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at Blythe Kala 93. You can find me GMing the Star Wars Silence in the Force game over on the It's Probably Okay Twitch on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Or you can watch the VODs over on It's Probably Okay Games on YouTube. Hope to see you there.
I'm Michael Robert Holmes. You can find me on Instagram at Michael R. Holmes. You can find me on Twitter at MRH_3E. And of course, you can see me every Wednesday on our Twitch stream, Shades of Gotham, using a hack of the Tiny Supers and Blades in the Dark system. Tentatively, we're calling it Capes in the Dark.
And this has been TableTopical.